Hello everyone, it's the magnanimous one, Dr. Brown here. I just want to let you guys know to feel free to check out my website, omicron.spruz.com for more. Now, let's get into the video. As a lot of people know, growing up 90s, especially being 90s kids, in the last great decade, we had good cartoons from the 90s, maybe early 2000s. And a lot of people want to keep hope in Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. A lot of people do, but there's only a faint glimmer of hope left. Nickelodeon, you want to love Nickelodeon because we grew up loving Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon was God to us. It was our religion. But sadly, we don't really love Nickelodeon anymore. But there's a little place in our hearts, now that most of us from the 90s are in our 20s, there's a place in our hearts where we really want to see Nickelodeon strive. Alright, we really want to see them go on and become dominant again. So that's just a little intro. And the cartoons that I want to talk about is some upcoming programming coming to Nickelodeon. And hopefully, even though the cartoons on this list look like trash and whatnot, there's one particular cartoon that I think will do well if Nickelodeon promotes it because, like usual, Nickelodeon doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to marketing. So, one of the cartoons on the list, starting off with The Loud House, coming January of 2016. And the show premise is about basically a boy who lives in a house with 10 sisters. Now, I think that this show is definitely going to have a lot of appeal to it because the animation to the show looks real nice. And when I seen it, it caught my eye. And the creator of the show inspired the cartoon off of his real life growing up in a big family where he was the only boy in the house and it was nothing but sisters. So I think that's a pretty good show. The main character's a guy and, there's a whole lot of different sisters. So I think it could definitely cross over to both sexes. Then the next show coming in 2016 is Welcome to the Wayne. I have no idea what that is, but I believe it was some kind of Nickelodeon short. I believe. Then there's this next one, Pinky Malinky, is coming in 2016. And Pinky Malinky, as far as I know, I think it's some type of, hamburger or some nonsense. I don't know, it looks like a hamburger or something like that. And these three cartoons are coming to Nicktoons. Then there's another show called Get Blake. I have no idea what that is. Another show coming in spring of 2016 called Regal Academy, which is basically looks like the Winx Club, and we know how that did. Then there's another one that should definitely do well called The Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, and it's actually coming this year. It's coming December 6th, 2015. Now, I think that this show, Ladybug, will actually do well yet again if Nickelodeon markets it and actually shows some interest in it. Because as we know, when Nickelodeon doesn't show interest in a cartoon, alright, it goes out the window. And this is sort of supposed to be like an action-ish cartoon. So I definitely hope that, it gets its just desserts, Then coming in 2017, there's a show called Mysticons, which is a show centered towards girls. And what the show is going to be about these warriors called the Mysticons who try and search for this thing called the Codex. And that should definitely do well because the animation doesn't look bad. And I think it's also another adventure cartoon. With that much being said, Nickelodeon, you know what to do. Promote your shows. See you on the black hand side.